Dungeons & Dragons Adventure Hook Beyond the Grave. In the quiet town of Lowlud Creek, the dead no longer stay buried. Recently, days after the funeral, loved ones claw their way back from their shallow graves and return home, pale and tired, but smiling. The townfolk call it a miracle, but things are not as joyful as it first seems. Something seems off about those that come back. They are quick to anger, even violent, and at night they mutter dark words in their sleep. Unbeknownst to all, the desperate town priest has bargained with a power from beyond the veil. With every resurrection, the barrier between worlds weakens, allowing something unspeakable to slip through. Can your adventurers unravel the secret behind these unnatural blessings before the creeping horror consumes the village? Will they sever the bargain with ritual and blood, or stand against the townsfolk they came to save as the entity manifests through their bodies? Is it worth having your loved ones come back if it isn't really them? Dungeons & Dragons Adventure Hook, the Carnival of Shadows. For 3 nights only, the mysterious Carnival of Eternal Delight has rolled into town. Its dazzling lights and haunting music lure villagers from miles away, promising impossible wonders. Fire breathers that bathe in flames, jugglers who flip blades with ease, acrobats who seem to defy gravity, and clowns whose laugh sticks in your skull. But when the adventurers step into the tent, the world outside vanishes. The canvas walls stretch impossibly far. The air tastes of ash and sugar, and the ringmaster tips his hat with a grin of sharpened teeth. The carnival is not a show, but a trap. Every act is another test, every performance a deadly spectacle designed to break their minds and bodies. Only by unraveling the cursed pact binding the carnival master to his troupe can the party escape the eternal show. Can you survive the test and make it to the end of the show, or will you find out what happens to unsatisfied customers? Dungeons & Dragons Adventure Hook. It has come. In the desolate tundra of the north, an expedition team has gone silent. Their last message spoke of a star falling, a fragment of heaven that has crashed into the glacier. Now, the adventurers are sent to uncover the truth behind their disappearance. When your party arrives, the base camp is empty, save for eerie carvings of celestial symbols in the walls. In the distance, a faint, sourceless singing echoes across the frozen plain. As your party traverses the icy terrain in search of the expedition team, you begin to find that the creatures of the land are affected by something strange, a parasite that has taken over their bodies and is forcing them to move south. What will you find at the crash site of the fallen star? And will you discover the fate of the explorers? Dungeons & Dragons Adventure Hook. Live in silence. Lost in a thick fog, the party stumbles upon a silent village. The cobblestone streets are mostly empty, and the few people you see walk barefoot on paths padded with dirt. When the party calls out to them, the few survivors they meet plead for silence. Their eyes wide with terror, they whisper warnings that within the mist lurk terrifying predators. These eyeless creatures hunt by sound, attracted to anything louder than a whisper. Every creak of a floorboard or clatter of armor risks summoning them. If you try to escape the mist, you find that you somehow end up back in the village, unable to escape. The only way to escape is by freeing the village, and to free the village, the party must uncover the origin of these monsters and find their weakness. Can you bring an end to the silent killers and escape from the mist, or will you too have to live in silence? Dungeons & Dragons Adventure Hook. The Dark Mirror. In the small town of Warrenhelm, a reclusive scholar is found dead in a room he was renting from the local inn. His face is frozen in silent terror, and in his hand he clutches a shard of a blackened mirror. Your party was hired to investigate his death and determine how he died, but when you look into the dark mirror, you see dark visions. The visions are horrific, but almost nonsensical, and at the end, you see the number 7. Asking around, the people of Warrenhelm avert their gaze, refusing to look at the mirror, claiming it is a fragment of a cursed artifact. As the days pass, the party sees more visions in their sleep, growing more clear as it seems to predict their death. Each night, the number lowers by 1. Their only hope lies in uncovering the truth found in the ruins of the glassmaker's manor deep within the Mire Wood, a place swallowed by a cold fog. There, among shattered silver and restless spirits, the truth of the mirror's creation awaits. But the party is on a time limit to break the curse. Can they stop the curse, or will they be consumed by whatever is looking back from within the dark mirror? If you are enjoying this video, check out my Patreon, where you can get access to original monster stat blocks, awesome magic items, and full adventure PDFs every month. Dungeons & Dragons Adventure Hook, The Crimson Feast. After half a century of silence, the gates of Marrowfall Manor have opened once more, once home to the illustrious House of Dern, a noble line whose fortune was forged in iron and alchemy. The manor has long stood in ruin, since the Lord and Lady decided to close themselves off from the world while they worked on a secret project. Now, Lord Cassian and Lady Illyra Dern have returned, pale and elegant heirs who invite the realm's finest to a grand feast to celebrate their rebirth. They promise wealth, opportunity, and prestige to any who attend their table. But behind the candlelight and splendor, a dark secret awaits. When the adventurers arrive as honored guests, servants begin to vanish between courses. A chill seeps beneath the floors, and the wine tastes faintly of blood. The doors and windows vanish from the walls, making it impossible to escape. To survive the night, the heroes must uncover the truth behind the Dern's return and the terrible price of their family's legacy. Can you find out what dark secret awaits you in Marrowfall Manor? D&D Adventure Hook, The Rotting Crown. The once mighty King Alaris lies upon his royal bed, his flesh pale and fevered, his body decaying away more and more by the hour. No cleric's prayer nor archmage's spell can cure him. Divine magic falters, and potions turn sour upon his lips. Whispers of curses and assassins stir through the marble halls, but none can explain the rot that eats the king away. Desperate, the royal court turns to a final, unthinkable plan. The adventurers are summoned to be magically shrunken by the court wizard. Their mission is both perilous and bizarre: to be swallowed whole by the dying king and journey through his very body to uncover the source of the corruption. Within the twisting veins and pulsing chambers of the monarch's form, they find a nightmare made flesh, a plague mage festering within, weaving disease and decay from the inside out. His goal is to end the reign of kings by rotting the crown from the inside out. Can the heroes purge the evil gnawing at their ruler's soul before the king and the kingdom falls to ruin from within?